Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Text Divine Guide 1111. If you're new to my channel, my name is Becca. I am a twin and I am in harmonious union with my twin. We were in separation for 2 years. My divine masculine was in a karmic relationship, but after 2 years we did come back together. We're in harmonious union, so because of my journey, I'm here to help all twins. Whether you are in a 3-party situation, a 2-party situation, if there's a karmic involved, I'm basically here to just help everybody, you know. But today's reading is going to be for basically everybody, whether you are in a 2-party situation or 3-party situation. This is going to be a reading for everybody. I basically just want to kind of give a reading to see what messages Spirit has for you on your journey. What Spirit would like for you to know on your journey, okay? Rather than tapping into divine masculine's energy and divine feminine's energy, this is basically going to be what Spirit wants twins to know, okay? In general, what messages Spirit wants the twins to know, okay? So it's going to be for all parties, all right? I am still taking personal readings based on donations, so if you're interested in a personal reading, whatever it is that you can donate to me, I'm not charging my regular prices. My regular prices are always in the description box, so that you know what I normally charge, but I'm not charging those. I am taking donations. I'm doing that because I know that the coronavirus is still going on, especially here where I live in Houston. We are going through round 2. It's gotten really, really bad here in Houston. And they even have travel bans, you know, here in Houston. So, you know, I know that some places are worse than others, you know, so I just want to still be able to give people the opportunity to have a personal reading and not have to worry about, you know, the prices that I normally charge. I know that, you know, there's a lot of readers out there who's still charging their normal prices, but I'm trying to give back to my community, and that is the reason why I am taking donations. So anyways, this is going to be a short reading. It's not going to be a long reading. We're just going to pull a few energies to see what Spirit wants, you know, all of you twins to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with a couple of tarot here. Spirit, what is it that you would like all twins and all parties to know? What would you like all twins and all parties to know? Let's see, one more card here, one more card. Okay, we have 2 cards. We'll go ahead and take them. Okay. All right, so the first card that we have is the Devil card. It says obsession. Then we have the Two of Swords. It says stalemate and indecisions. We do have the Three of Cups that says celebration and community. We have the Seven of Wands, defense mechanism. And then we have the Moon, illusions. So right off the bat, we are, getting some energies here that are pretty rough, okay? And I think this is important. I think this is what Spirit wants all of you to know, is that there is an energy going on right now with, number one, this Two of Cups, stalemates and indecisions. There's a lot of you who are indecisive about things. I feel like you're indecisive because, there is this defense mechanism. All right. So I feel like some of you, again, you're at a stalemate and you're indecisive, and you do have this defense mechanism going on within your energy. Okay, we have illusions here. So I feel like part of this defense mechanism and indecisiveness has to do with illusions. I feel like this is just more fears than anything. Okay, we do have the Devil card here, which is about obsession. I feel like this Devil card is really, because of these other three energies here, I feel like this Devil card is really talking about being obsessed with your fears. Okay, I don't feel like this Devil card is about addictions and most of the things that the devil, most of the time the Devil card can mean, obsessions. It can mean addictions. It can mean some bad things going on. I don't feel like that's what this is for this particular draw of cards. Okay, I feel like this Devil card, this obsession, has to do with the illusions and fears. Okay, the illusions and fears that's causing you to be indecisive and have a defense mechanism. And what I feel like Spirit wants you to know is that you have to let this go. You have to let these fears go, and you have to put down this defense mechanism, and you got to stop being obsessed with it. Okay, and because what's happening is you're letting your fears, and so number one, you're obsessed with your fears. Okay, you're obsessed with it. You're obsessed with your fears and the illusions of things. I feel like some of you are obsessed with things going on in your subconscious mind. You're thinking, okay, you're thinking that certain things are happening that may not really be happening. Okay, and you're obsessed with it. You're obsessed with these thoughts. Okay, you're obsessed with these illusions, and it's causing you to have this defense mechanism about you. All right, and what I feel like Spirit wants you to do is to start releasing this energy. Okay, because it's not good to be obsessed with this. You start obsessing with this, and it's just not good for you. It's not good for your soul. It's not good for your conscience and your subconscious. It's not good for your connection. And I feel like this is what Spirit wants you to know, is that you have to stop obsessing, and you have to let these fears go, because with the Moon being illusions, this is basically saying that you're causing unnecessary fears. okay? You're causing these unnecessary fears. And what Spirit is saying is that it's time to spend time with your community, you know, whether it's the twin flame community or whether it's your family community or your friend community or your work community. You know, it's time to lift your spirits and celebrate, okay? Rather than obsessing on this. Because all this is doing is causing a stalemate in your energy, in your connection, in yourself, okay? And it's not worth it, okay? It's not worth it to obsess over this, because then you're just, you know, in this defense mechanism, and Spirit is clearly saying that, you know, this is all in your mind, and it's time to let this obsession go. Start spending time with people who are happy and who can raise your vibrations and give you reason to celebrate, okay? So again, you have a lot of fears and illusions going on. You're obsessing about it, and you know, you're causing this defense mechanism, and it's putting you at a stalemate, and your connection at a stalemate, and Spirit is just saying it's time to get out of that. It's time to start, you know, being around people and lifting your spirits and celebrating, okay? So let's go ahead and pull a few more cards here. I want to, where's it at? Let's see. I want to dig in a little bit more, see what Spirit wants to add to this. Wants to add to this this obsession, these fears and illusions, being obsessed with the fears and illusions. Let's see, what do you want to add to this, Spirit? What do you want to add to this? Okay, so we have Spirit of Armor. Once again, we have defense and guarded, okay? So we already seen over here defense mechanism. It's coming out one more time. Confirmation. Some of you are just, you have this armor around you, okay? And you're being guarded, and you're basically in defense mode. You're in defense of yourself. Again, this is an obsession. You're obsessed with this. You're obsessed with this right now. And Spirit is wanting you to know, like I said, that, you know, this, and you know, when you become obsessed with it, it can turn into an addiction if you don't realize that this is an obsession, okay? So that's 2 times we're seeing defense, guarded, all right? We have Spirit of the Key. It says solution, wisdom, and spiritual knowledge. So like I said over here, wow, I can't believe these cards are falling into place like this. What did I say? I said Spirit is wanting you to let go of these fears, okay? Wanting you to let go of these fears because it's causing a stalemate in yourself, in your connection, in your healing, in your evolved, you know, and your connection. It's hindering you from evolving and, you know, getting to the place where you need to be to get closer to union, okay? So I said that, you know, It's time to really get involved with your community, whatever you feel comfortable with. If it's the twin flame community, whether it's, your family community, friend community, whatever. And I said that you need to, start being around people where you can celebrate and lift your spirits. And now we have the spirit of key, which is saying solution, wisdom, and spiritual knowledge. So again, this is basically saying the solution. There's a solution to this. There's a solution to getting out of this energy of feeling guarded and obsessed. Okay? There's a solution here. And that solution is wisdom and spiritual knowledge. And that spiritual knowledge and that wisdom could very well be this reading here, okay? It could very well be this reading that is basically helping you to open your eyes and realize that you're having some of these issues, and Spirit is trying to reach out to you to say that there is a solution here, okay? There's a solution here. So then we have a spirit of masquerade. We have false, hidden, and deceptive, okay? Now, I feel like this is going back to the moon. What did I say about the moon? Wow, I'm astonished. Like I said, I feel like, these cards are definitely going along with the first cards that I drew. I said with this moon card, with the fears and illusions, this is about you being afraid and you putting illusions in your minds that is not really there. And this is what this card is saying, okay? False, hidden, and deceptive. So I feel like the illusions that you put in your mind have to do with, so number one, I feel like some of you, because it's false, hidden, and deceptive. So for some of you, it's that you feel like you question yourself, okay? Here we have, indecision. We have stalemate and indecision. I feel like part of that indecision is sometimes when you think about your twin, there are times where you let your illusions run wild and you start to question, is this my twin or is this a false twin? Because again, it says false, hidden, and deceptive. So let's start with false. I feel like some of you feel, like I said, that is this truly my twin or is this a false twin? And I think that, you let those fears and illusions get the best of you. You get obsessed with it. And so then you start, going into defense mode and you start guarding yourself, okay? And then we have hidden and deceptive. So again, that's, these things, go with, there may be times where you feel like your twin is hiding something from you and being deceptive, okay? But according to these cards here, it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. It's not the truth, okay? It's not the truth. And that's why we have solution and wisdom and spiritual knowledge here, because again, this is a reading, based on what Spirit has to say to you, right? Not what, we're not tapping into divine masculine, divine feminine's energy. We're tapping into spirit's energy, what spirit wants you to know. And spirit is saying that this is all in your mind. And there is a simple solution here. Okay? There's a simple solution here. And the solution is to hear the wisdom and the spiritual knowledge of this reading at this particular time. And to understand that you become obsessed with these energies. And because you become obsessed with these energies, you're just putting things in, you're putting things in your mind that are not true, okay? They're false. And because of that, Spirit is wanting you to be around people, to raise your vibrations, to join your community. It could even be, like I said, it could be this reading that's giving you the answers. Community, this is, my channel is for the twin flame community. So I just feel like Spirit is saying that take the wisdom of what Spirit is trying to tell you right now. And what Spirit is trying to tell you right now is that you're obsessed with some thoughts in your mind. You feel like things are being hidden. You feel like there's some deception. And you feel like at times maybe your twin could possibly be a false twin. Okay? I see it in comments a lot. People will ask, I don't know if my twin is really my twin or a false twin. Okay? So that's why I bring that up. Because that is a concern that people have, and I see it in comments a lot, like I said. But again, this is just something that's in your mind, okay? It's something that's in your mind, and it's something that you've got to clear out. You've got to clear this out, all right? It's very, very important that you clear it out, because being in defense mode 2 times here is hindering your connection and putting your connection at a stalemate, and it's putting you at a stalemate. It's being at a stalemate, it's hindering you from evolving when you should be evolving, and you should be having faith, and you should be getting rid of these fears, because these fears do not serve you. Okay, they do not serve you. So you have to let go of what doesn't serve you. All right, there's a solution here, and the solution is to stop being obsessed, to let down your guard, and to stop putting this false information in your mind. And stop thinking that there's things being hidden and things being deceptive, because it's all in your mind, all right? The moon is saying that it's all in your mind, okay? But there is a simple solution, all right? So let's see. Let's pull a few cards from here. So Spirit, what are some things that these twins need to kind of work on? What are some things they need to work on? What more do they need to work on? I mean, we've seen a little bit, but what else? All right, so the first card that we have is boundaries. Okay, it says drawing the line. Okay, I feel like these boundaries really have to do with you yourself, okay? Not your counterpart. I feel like the boundaries is, again, there is a fine line between having some simple fears and becoming obsessed with your fears. Once you become obsessed, it turns into an addiction, like I said. And you have to, find the fine line between that. You have to give yourself some boundaries and not cross those boundaries, okay? Give yourself enough boundary to where, yeah, it's okay to be cautious, okay? It's okay to be cautious, but don't just start putting things in your head and becoming obsessed with it, okay? You have to give yourself boundaries on that, okay? There's a fine line, and you don't want to cross that boundary between caution and obsess, okay? So give yourself some boundaries. We do have influences here, and it says dark attachments. So we do have dark attachments in third parties, okay? So with this third parties, it doesn't necessarily have to be a karmic, okay? I feel like this third party could be anybody. It could be friends, it could be family members. I feel like a lot of times twins, we confide in our family members and we confide in our friends, and sometimes a lot of them don't really buy into the whole twin flame journey, and they don't understand the power of it and the divinity of it. And sometimes they think it's just, hogwash. They don't really believe in it. And I feel like these people, can send some dark attachments to you, okay? Because number one, sometimes people get jealous. Sometimes friends get jealous. Sometimes family members get jealous because, again, they don't understand the twin flame journey. They don't understand the twin flame connection and how powerful it is and how beautiful it is, how strong it is, and the the magnitude of it. They don't understand it. And a lot of times they can only wish that they can experience something like that, okay? And so I feel like with that can sometimes cause jealousies, okay? And because they may be jealous and they don't understand, what twin flames are all about, they can, influence you, give you some, bad advice like, nothing like that, is possible. Connections like that aren't really true, and, you should really, watch your back, be on guard, make sure you, guard yourself and, defend yourself, be careful. They can influence, they can give you these dark attachments, And then they put it in your head, right? They start putting, this negative stuff in your head. And because they put it in your head, you start to believe it. And then you start to, obsess over it, these things that you hear. Okay? And because of that, you're being influenced in a negative way, and you're having these dark attachments. But it's because, third parties could even be third party, fourth party, fifth party, it could just be, a lot of people around you who just, doesn't believe in what you believe in. And all they can do is give you, negative advice. And what I'm seeing is that what Spirit is saying is that you can't listen to that. You cannot listen to these influences, because once you start listening to it, it becomes an attachment, and it becomes a dark attachment, and it stays with you. And then what happens? All of this, okay? Obsessed and being guarded and being defensive. And all it does is puts you at a stalemate and not knowing what you want to choose. You become indecisive because you don't know what you want to choose. You start listening to these things and it's like, well, maybe they're right, I know that I feel something, grand in my heart, but what if, what if this is a false twin? What if I'm kidding myself? These are dark attachments, and Spirit is just saying that there's a solution, okay? There's a solution, and that solution is wisdom and spiritual knowledge. And that spiritual knowledge is to follow your heart and not listen to these third parties, okay? So then we have vows, okay? We have vows, and it says commitment, promises, and fidelity. This is beautiful, because what Spirit wants you to do is to vow to your connection. Be committed to it. Make your promises to it. And fidelity means being faithful to it. Okay? That's what fidelity is. It's being faithful to it. You need to make a vow to yourself that you're not going to listen to these negative influences and have these dark attachments. You need to vow to yourself that you're going to give yourself some boundaries. Those boundaries being that you're not going to obsess, and that you're not going to, put up this wall and put up, this guard and have this defense mechanism. You need to commit and make this promise to yourself and to the connection and to your journey. And when you do that, then guess what? You'll no longer be at a stalemate. You'll be able to make a decision. You won't be indecisive. You will know what it is that you have to do. And that's to be committed to your journey and to your counterpart. No matter what the circumstances is. Even if it is a third party, even if it is, a karmic partner, okay? Even if it is a karmic partner, because like I said, this reading is for 2 parties and 3 parties, okay? It's for everybody. So if this is about a karmic partner, then what Spirit is wanting you to know is that, there could be a karmic partner that is jealous of you and sending you some dark attachments and making you feel like your counterpart is hiding things from you and being deceptive to you, okay? And, putting things in your head to where you're, having these fears and illusions, and, that's why you're putting up your walls, okay? But at the end of the day, still, Spirit is saying there is a solution, and that solution is through wisdom and spiritual knowledge, and that is to be committed to your journey, to be committed to your counterpart, be committed to evolving and being faithful to that. Okay? And once you are able to do that, then, you'll be able to celebrate. And you'll be able to start making decisions, like I said, and you'll be able to move on and see beautiful things. All right? So, that's what Spirit is wanting you all to know. Some of you are just really caught up in this obsessiveness, and Spirit is just wanting you to let that go, okay? Let it go. Give yourself some boundaries and put down your guard and listen to the wisdom and the spiritual knowledge that's coming through in this message or in this reading, okay? So I'm just going to pull a card here to close this out. Like I said, this is not going to, be a long one. It's just, just a quick reading, to see what Spirit wants you all to know, all parties. Something that can help you all. So we're going to pull one last card here. If 2 comes out, that's fine. Whatever Spirit, decides to give, we'll take. But this will be the closing. This will be the closing. So Spirit, how do you want to close this out? What is it that you want these twins and all parties to know to close this out? Okay, so the card is Silver Waterfall. And I am going to pull the book on this. Okay. The Silver Waterfall. Stay balanced, healthy, and happy by raising your own vibration. And what did I say from the very beginning of this reading? With celebration, that it's good to be active in whatever community is good for you so that you can raise your vibration. So Spirit is wanting you to raise your vibration, okay? Very, very clear. Wanting you to raise your vibration so that you can celebrate, okay? Celebrate letting go of these obsessions and defenses, and giving yourself some boundaries and giving that commitment and that fidelity to the connection and to yourself. All right. So let's see what else it says. Let's see. So it says, many people feel that they are always picking up on other people's negative energy and want to know how to protect themselves from this unpleasantness. They perceive the negative to be out there and believe that if they could shield themselves from it, they would feel better. The truth is, we carry negative and positive energies, and we all have times in our lives when we feel low. To feel truly lovable and abundant, you need to be able to engage with whoever and whatever comes to you without feeling like you need some form of defense. Oh my God. This is exactly what I said with the Three of Cups. I already said this. Can you believe that? I already said that from the beginning of the reading. And look, Spirit is just confirming this. Spirit is just confirming this. That is absolutely astonishing to me. Absolutely astonishing to me. Okay? So, again, the truth is that we all carry negative and positive energies, and we all have times in our lives where we feel low. To feel truly lovable and abundant, you need to be able to engage with whoever and whatever comes to you without feeling like you need some form of defense. Not only does your aura and personality energy field experience the highs and lows of everything that's going on around you, so does your nervous system and all the cells in your body. You are like a finely tuned instrument that is constantly testing the atmosphere for anything unusual, unfamiliar, or threatening. It's all out there. But barricading yourself against the world is not the solution. Like I said, this is basically saying there's going to be negative things, okay? We already seen it. We've seen this with the negative influences, okay? We've seen this with the negative influences, but again, like I said, you may feel threatened, okay? You may feel threatened, but you cannot barricade yourself. You cannot guard yourself. You cannot, put up this defense mechanism, okay? Because barricading yourself against the world is not the solution. Now, we talked about solutions already, okay? We talked about solutions, and the solutions being to listen to the wisdom. So listen to the wisdom. Listen to the wisdom of this reading and what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? So the best way to stay balanced and healthy in a busy world is to raise your own vibration in as many ways as possible. This means eating nutritious food, looking after your body with rest and exercise, feeding your mind with uplifting material like beautiful music, books, and movies, and regular contact with nature, and cleansing yourself at the end of each day. So Spirit wants you to cleanse yourself at the end of each day. You can do this in many different ways, okay? You can sage yourself. You can use Palo Santo. You can take a salt bath. But Spirit is saying that because there are these negative influences out there, in order to stay balanced, in order to not listen to these negative influences, it's good to, go out in nature, listen to some music, and cleanse yourself daily, okay? So, this is done not to protect you from anything negative, but as the angels prefer to describe it, to release anything that doesn't belong to you and anything you don't need anymore. This can also be done by following the process called the Silver Waterfall. It is the most beneficial at the end of the day, so you don't go to bed with more than you need to. The Silver Waterfall. Sit or stand comfortably wherever you can have a private moment. Now imagine yourself standing under a glorious waterfall or silver energy and light. Let your imagination flow. Picture a wonderful scene in a rainforest with a silver waterfall pouring out of the sky. Feel this shimmering energy flowing through and over you, washing away energy that you don't need anymore or that doesn't belong to you. Feel it or visualize it draining away into the floor and being absorbed by Mother Earth. Let the silver waterfall flow for as long as you need to, picturing as much or as little detail as you like of the energy flowing through your aura, your hair, and every cell in your body. Let it drain away. Now, feel the refreshed light and energy, and this all through and all around you, tingling and sparkling. So there is a picture here, okay? So basically, what Spirit is saying here to close this out, we already see what the issues are here. We've already been through it. Let me not go through it all again. I repeated it enough, I'm sure. So Spirit is now just saying that you can imagine that you are under a silver waterfall. It could look something like this. And just imagine this silver waterfall flowing over you. Let your imagination run wild, okay? Just picture it and feel it. Feel the negative energy just draining away, okay? Draining away to the floor, being absorbed by Mother Earth. The more that you can picture this, the more that you'll be able to feel the energy cleanse you and help you feel lighter. And this will help your vibration. This will help your vibration feel so much better. So it's very, very clear what Spirit wants. Spirit is telling you what the issues are here for all of you. It may not resonate for all of you, but for those of you that it does resonate for, because even if not all of it resonates for you, I know that there's at least something in this reading that's going to resonate for a lot of you, okay? But there is always a solution. And that was clear in here. Number one of the solutions is to make a vow to yourself and to your connection, to be faithful to it, to commit to it, make some promises to yourself that you're not going to be obsessed and you're not going to let, negative influences get the best of you to where you're putting up a defense mechanism and guarding yourself, okay? And then to go further, just think of this silver waterfall. Imagine it. Sit by yourself and take some time out in a room. You can lie down, you can sit, and just imagine this silver waterfall showering over you, getting rid of all of this negative energy, and it will raise your vibration. And like I said, once you can do all of that, then guess what? You'll no longer be at a stalemate, and you'll be able to have the ability to make your decisions. If you feel like your connection is at a stalemate, this is probably why. So it's time to clear some of this stuff out. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to negative influences. And start giving yourself some boundaries and start vowing to your connection. So that's what I have for you. That's what Spirit wants all of you to know. So I think that is an absolutely beautiful reading. And what I love about this reading is that it was confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. So when you have a reading where there is just confirmation after confirmation, then you know that Spirit is on point and really wants you to listen to the wisdom and listen to the, what was it? Spirit really wants you to have a solution by listening to the wisdom and the spiritual knowledge of this reading. All right, so I love you all. Oh my goodness, this was supposed to be a fast reading and it's 51 minutes. Oh well. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you. And I hope that some of you really got something out of this. If any of this really resonated for you, please leave me a comment. Let me know, because I'm really interested to see if any of this does resonate for you. And if you're interested in a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe and the bell notification so you can get my videos when they upload. So if you have questions, I have answers. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.